Hey family, I hope all is well. I wanted to come to you real quick. I'm at work right now, so I don't plan on being before you long. But while I'm at work, seems like that's when the Most High is dealing with me the most. And so it's easier for me just to make these videos, instead of waiting till the evening and, your mind gets kind of crazy with all the day's events. Just going to try to, bring some bring some thoughts to you while they're fresh on my mind. And so I was at my desk and I was thinking, like, do you all ever ask the Most High, is he sure? Like, is he sure? What I mean by that is when you come into the fullness and the truth and understanding who you are as the children of Israel, as Yah's chosen people, and you come into that understanding and you start to really develop a relationship with him so that you can keep his laws and statutes and commandments, he will start dealing with you in a way where you're not really, like, I know for me, it's totally new, it's totally different, it's totally out the norm of what I am used to. And so my ears is to him, trying to figure out what am I supposed to be doing with this information and how I'm supposed to be walking and how I'm supposed to be living my life, And so I have been finding myself asking him, is he sure about the things that he has commanded me to do? And every time I ask him, is he sure? He sends me another confirmation. And then I ask again, and he sends me another confirmation. And it's like, he started dealing with me today, like, how many times am I going to give you confirmations? I've already told you what I need you to do. I've already, laid out these things for you. I've given you signs, and you asked me for confirmations, and I did that thing, and then you asked again, and I did that thing. So are you going to sit on what I told you, or are you going to do what I told you to do? Because if you say you love me, just like I told you, if you love me, you want to keep my commandments. Another part of, keeping my commandments is being obedient to me. And when I tell you to do something, I've given you a task to do, I need you to go ahead and fulfill that thing and to do that because, I've called you to do that. And as he was dealing with me, you still, in this walk, you still like, okay, how you want me to fulfill it? I want to make sure that I'm doing what it is that you're asking me to do in a way that you're asking me to do it. And I need to make sure that I'm not, letting you down. I need to make sure that I'm not walking in my own way. I'm not, I'm not doing things just because I feel like I should be doing. I need to be clear. And sometimes I think we are looking for the Most High to appear to us like he appeared to Moses in the bush. No, was that Abraham? I'm sorry. Y'all know. Listen, you read the Bible. He appeared in the burning bush, and we have to take heed to the signs that he's given us. Is what I'm getting at. And keeping the laws and commandments. If we do those things, it opens our spirit up to who he is and what he's telling us. And so, like, I will ask him why, because the things that he told me to do make me scared. To be honest with you, it's like I don't even feel like I'm qualified. I don't even feel like I should be doing that type of thing. I'm not even sure if my voice is going to be heard, or if those things that you put in me, like, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, my issues, you know my mouth, you know the things that I struggle with. And I hear the Most High is like, I called you to it so I can walk you through it. And I know that's like real cliche. That's like a church thing, but that's how the Most High has given it to me. And so that's how I need to put it out there. But if he calls you to it, he's going to call you through it for real, for real. And his laws, if you walk into his laws and his statutes and his commandments, and you're doing the things that he's ordained, you keeping his Sabbath, you are honoring him with your actions and not just your words, then those actions will bring you to that which he has called you to. And I'm like, this whole YouTube thing, for me personally, I have like this fear of speaking to people. I don't know why, because people put on their pants just like I put on my pants, or skirts or whatever. We are like, I don't believe that anybody is better than me, but at the same time, I feel like, am I worthy of even talking in this way? Like, the way my life is set up, this is really a walk. This is really a journey, and I'm not at all perfect. Like, I struggle daily, but I know that I have made a conscious decision. I've really decided to, regardless of everything in my life, to really allow the Most High to take control, allow Yeshua to be, to be my king and to direct me and to follow in his footsteps. I've accepted that. I know that the Messiah walked and he lived and he died. He was the ultimate sacrifice for me. So I have that clear understanding. And the closer I get to his word and the closer I get in this walk, it's like, all right, I'm going to ride with it. And the Most High is like, listen, I know your issues, but I know what I commanded you to do. And I know that you don't speak like everybody else. I know you don't talk like everybody else. I know that, your walk might be a little bit different, and you might have some people that teach, and you might have some people that preach, but I've called you into a lane all of your own. And I need you to walk in that, because when you walk into those things that I've called you to do, then people are going to break through. People are going to be, delivered. And you have to be confident and know that. And you can't be walking in fear. And you got to get rid of your anxieties. And you got to get rid of all of these isms and schisms that are holding you back, because I've called you to do certain things. And me personally, I've lived, like, before I come into the truth, I used to go to church, but really the only Bible verse that I knew and lived by was like Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good for them that love the Lord. And that's where I stopped at. And he said, keep on reading. Those who are called according to his purpose. Oh, so the Most High was like, you have purpose. You have purpose, and it's time to walk in that. And you can't be worried about people that doubt, because I'm going to deal with them. And maybe, and through you, not maybe, but through you, some of those people are going to have a change of heart, because you're not coming from the typical background of everybody else. And so, like I said, my anxiety sometimes keeps me back from saying the things that need to be said and doing the things that I need to be doing. But I know that the Most High is dealing with me, because we are in a season of preparation. And that season of preparation is not just our spirits. We definitely have to get our hearts and our minds and our spirits in line with what he is saying in this hour, so that we're not in his way, so that when he moves, that, we're not in the way. We can't be in the way, but we have to be like in a position of preparation. And so some of us are called to multitask in the season, where you got to get your mind right and your spirit right, but you also have to, get things in line, that if the Most High, if you hear him calling you to do something, and you continue to hear that same thing is in your spirit, that you have to move on that thing. So if he's calling you to start a business, if he's calling you to to be a teacher, if he's calling you to whatever he's calling you to do, if he's calling you to go to school, you have to do those things, because we often think that, that these prophecies are going to magically appear. But we live in like a world where you see prophecy unfolding right before our eyes, right? And we look at the Bible sometimes as this fairy tale, some people that don't believe in the word, they look at it like it's a fairy tale or some type of magical book. And the Most High like uses real people to bring forth his word. When I was reading in I think First Kings last night, and Solomon was about to build the temple, the greatest temple that that the Bible speaks of. It was like awesome. It was excellent. It was, it was like, I can't even imagine if I was to see something like that in today. But before Solomon built the temple, he had to prepare for the temple, right? He had to gather up people that was willing to do the work. He had to gather up supplies. He had to, get prepared. You just can't say, I'm going to build a temple and hope that things magically appear. We're in a season of preparation. We're in a season of preparation. And in order for us to prepare for what the Most High is about to do in this upcoming prophetic year of 2019, we have to get in position. And we have to shed those fears and shed those things of, kind of second guessing if he's telling us to move or not. And we have to be confident and know that when he speaks to us, if we are in our word, if we are obeying what he is saying, then when he speaks to us, it's for a reason. And it's not just for you. This is really like for me, but I was commanded to go ahead and record this, so hopefully somebody else will catch that. But like, we have to be in a season of preparation, because the kingdom that is being spoken about in Revelation, the kingdom from out of heaven that's going to be the New Jerusalem, that's not going to magically appear. It's not going to be like, dry place, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's right there. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen like that, because the Most High is majestic and he can do whatever he wants to do, however he wants to do it. But I believe that he's going to put people in position to be builders. So if, like I said, some people are going to have to multitask. So while you get in your spirit in position, you have to also get your hands in position. And faith without works is dead. So if, some people have gifts and callings, right? So you might have a gift of cooking, but you might be called to feed the homeless. You might have a gift of sewing. You might be called to clothe the naked. You might have a gift of speaking and a call to speak to the people. Whatever your gift is, you may have to walk in your gift and your calling at the same time. And some of us have multiple gifts and multiple callings. And we're in a season right now where it's imperative that we are hearing the voice of the Most High, so we do not miss what's about to take place. So, like I said, I'm just, a willing vessel. I'm just trying to make sure that I hear the Most High, and whatever he tells me to do in this season, that I'm doing it. And I'm not holding my gifts back. I'm not holding what he's told me to do. I'm not holding that back, because when you start doing that, you start walking in disobedience. And we know what happens when we start walking in disobedience. Those curses still befall us, and we don't have the time to be playing right now. We're not in a position to be patty caking with our callings, because what's about to take place is about to blow everybody's minds. But the Most High has called certain people to certain positions, and everybody has a purpose. We're not just here in this particular time just because. Like, you're not just here in vain. Like, you are called to do something. It's time for, as a people, we all get on the same accord. We all, get get in line with understanding that the Most High is about to do something great. That the children of Israel, it's our time. Our time is coming where we're about to be unveiled. And the world is going to know who we are. But we have to walk in those gifts and talents. We have to prepare before he gets here. We don't want to be trying to get ready when the king is here. We got to be in position to we have to already be in position is what I'm saying. Okay? So I don't want to be too long-winded. That was on my heart. And for those of you that have an ear, let them hear. I'm not trying to go back and forth with with people about, what the Most High is telling you specifically to do. But if you know that he's speaking to you about whatever gift you have, just be obedient, because your gift, the kingdom depends on your gift. We need your gift. The Most High is calling you to do whatever it is that he's called you to do. Like, we need somebody in every field. So you can't say that somebody else could do it. If he called you to grow vegetables, do that. If he called you to go to school and be a doctor, do that. If he called you to make cups, I don't know, just do whatever it is that he's called you to do, because we are in a season where everybody's hands have to be working. So I hope, like I said, all of those who have an ear, let them hear. And that's my 2 cents. Shalom.